Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another live stream of the Answering Questions 1 YouTube channel. So, give me a second here. Let's see if anybody's, I know I don't know, like 9 minutes late to coming on, but let's see if there's anybody else out there. Let's see if there's any questions. Anybody has any comments? I just want to keep this within an hour. So this live stream is just going to be an hour live stream. It's not. I don't want to go too long here. All right, let's give it a few minutes. Hopefully, people will join in the comment or in the Q&A, in the what do you call it, the chat function. So let's just wait until some people show up. If not, I'm just going to close this out early. So let's just give it some time for people to join. Hopefully. Yeah, I announced this beforehand, so people probably already knew about this. So I already announced this, beforehand. So maybe people change their mind, or people just didn't want to show up. I don't know. Yeah, we're just waiting on some people. So if they show up on the Q&A or the chat function, so I'm just gonna wait for that. If not, I'll just end this early because nobody's asking questions in chat. It's not worth doing this, or it's not worth staying on. Yep, we're still waiting on some people to join. If not, I'll close this out early. So, still waiting on some questions or some comments or anything in the chat function. So, let's just give it some time. Okay, so we got our first question. What do you think about David Wood's obsession with Aqua D Dot on scripture? Well, I don't know, because Aqua D Dot is popular amongst older Muslims. So Aqua D Dot is popular amongst people from an older generation. But yeah, I don't know David Wood's obsession with Aqua D Dot. I'm not. Aqua D Dot's not taken that seriously by New Testament scholars, etc. He's a good speaker. I think he was a good lecturer, but Akbadi Dot arguments don't really hold any water, or they don't really hold weight in today's apologetics today. So it's not. He's not. I don't know. David Wood just he just keeps wasting his time. Like he just keeps wasting his time annoying Muslims, and like Akbadi Dot has passed away for God's sakes, he's passed away. I mean, like he can't really defend himself at this point. So I don't know what David Wood's obsession with Al Dot is. It's kind of pointless, anyways, because Al Dot's not the only Muslim apologist out there. There are other Muslim apologists out there, and so David Wood needs to get with the times. He needs to update his Muslim annoyance, or he needs to update his annoying Muslim radar and go after people who are more active in apologetics, like Shabir Ali, Muhammad Hijab, etc. So he needs to go after those people. Him going after Ahmadi Dad doesn't make much sense, because a lot of like the younger Muslims don't know who Ahmadi Dad is. Only the older Muslims know him, because Ahmadi Dad passed away like over 20 years ago. So I don't know why he's going after him. There's kind of like no point to it. Why do people still view Zakir Naik as the best scholar in Islam? Well, because Zakir Naik's the most popular, I think. His channel has 1.1 million subscribers or something like that. So Zakir Naik is very popular in India, just like Shabir Ali is very popular in North America. Dr. Zakir Naik is very popular in the Asian, or the Indian, in India. He's like one of the big speakers in India. So I don't know. Zakir Naik's not the best scholar in Islam. I think he's one of the most popular, but he's not the best scholar in Islam. I don't know who the best scholar in Islam would be at the top of my mind. I don't know, but Zakir Naik really isn't. I don't know why people. I think Zakir Naik's the most popular, so they think like whoever's the most popular Muslim YouTuber or speaker is, they're the best scholar in Islam. I think that's what people think, because Zakir Naik has like a million subscribers, and he's very popular in India. So I think people just take that as him being like the best scholar in Islam, because he's more popular than other speakers out there. But yeah, he's not the best scholar in Islam. I wouldn't put him in. He's one of the most popular Muslim apologists, or he's one of the most popular Muslim preachers or da'is out there. But he's not the best scholar in Islam. That is something I don't agree with. I hear rumors that Tobey Maguire might come back as Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4. Oh, that would be awesome. I would love a Spider-Man where Tobey Maguire comes back, and he dies in this Spider-Man, and like him and Mary Jane have like a daughter, and his daughter has like Spider-Man powers because of like genetics or whatever, and like Spider-Man 4 would be awesome. Like it would be like my version of Spider-Man 4 would be like it takes place in the future, like 20 years after Spider-Man 3, and Spider-Man or Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker married Mary Jane, and they have like a little daughter together. They have like a young daughter together, and Spider-Man's still fighting as Spider-Man. But like the end of the way I would write Spider-Man 4 would be like Spider-Man fights, the Sinister Six, and he dies, and then his daughter takes over as Spider Girl. That would be like him passing the torch on, to a next generation of of Spider-Man, or spider powered people. So that would be cool if they had like the original cast back, and it's like 20 years later with Kristen Dunst, Tobey Maguire, who else? The guy who played J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. Like, oh, that would be like awesome, going back to that world like 20 years later, that Sam Raimi universe of Spider-Man, like 20 years later. That would be like 20 years after Spider-Man 3. That would be pretty cool. Like that's the way how I would write Spider-Man 4, but that would be cool if Tobey Maguire came back as well. I don't think he was the best Spider-Man, in my opinion. I think he was a very good Peter Parker. He wasn't a good Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield captured the comic book version of Spider-Man better than Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was too stiff, and I don't know. I don't like his Spider-Man. I like this Peter Parker. I don't like Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was a very good, in my opinion. Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man. He wasn't the best Peter Parker, but I think he was the best Spider-Man, or his Spider-Man captured the Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man comics, or in the comic series. Like his Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was more accurate to the comic books than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was. So I think Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man out of all of them, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man was Tom Holland was okay as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I think he was okay. I think he was overdoing it too much, but I think he was. I think he was the. I think Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man, or his Spider-Man is more accurate to the comics, in my opinion. What do you think of Jay Smith on saying there are multiple Qurans? Well, this has already been refuted. This has already been refuted. If you go to the Muslim allegation hunters, they refute that argument. They refute Jay Smith on that. So it's already this has already been refuted. This whole multiple Quran nonsense has already been refuted. You know, the Quran goes back to the Prophet Muhammad. We have very early manuscripts which are uh, identical to today's manuscripts of the Quran, and other, like, even like secular scholars on Islam or the Quran have disproved Jay Smith's theories or his stupidity. So, uh, I would just recommend going to Muslim allegation hunters. They refute a lot of Jay Smith's nonsense on the Quran. What is your favorite TV comedy of all time, and what would you say is the greatest TV show in your opinion? My favorite TV comedy of all time. That is a good question. I want to say The Office, the UK Office, and I think that's a really good one. And TV comedy, I would say probably Family Guy is another one. And what's the other one? Trailer Park Boys is a really good one. Uh, and what else is there? There's yeah, I would say The Office, the UK Office, Family Guy, and Trailer Park Boys is pretty funny. And what would you say is the greatest TV show in your opinion? Well, I really love watching Dexter and Breaking Bad and Lost. Those are my three favorite TV shows, like, ever. And I really like watching Family Guy, and uh I really like watching, what's the other one? Simpsons. I always loved watching The Simpsons, even when I was like a little kid. I would watch The Simpsons over and over again. Prison Break is like one of my favorite shows. Like, the first two seasons are really good on that show. Lost is pretty good. I think I said that. I used to watch How I Met Your Mother a lot, but that show just it didn't, like, as time went on, the show wasn't that good. Uh, yeah, I mean, I watch way too much TV. I think I watch way too much TV. But my all-time favorite would probably be, it's like a tie between Dexter and Breaking Bad. I think Dexter and Breaking Bad are like some of the best TV shows I've, like, ever seen, like, ever. And when it comes to, like, comic book stuff, like The Flash was pretty good in my opinion, and Smallville was one of my favorite TV shows ever. Favorite reality TV show and sports team. Oh, I don't like what reality TV. I don't really watch reality TV, but I remember they had the real the Real Housewives of something. I think that was pretty funny. They had Real Housewives, and then they had Extreme House Makeover, where they would, like, make over, like, homes and stuff. What else is out there? Reality TV. I don't know. Reality TV. I was never like really into reality TV. I mean, to be honest, I was never into reality TV that much. And I never, I never was that much into it. I think reality TV is just trash TV most of the time. I don't think it's I don't think it's that. I don't think it's not that interesting to me. Like reality TV is really not that. It doesn't like really speak to me that much. But I think I think some of it's funny. There are some reality TV shows that are pretty that are pretty funny. Like Love Island is pretty funny, and what else is out there? There's some good. What's that cooking show? What's that cooking show with George Ramsay or whatever it's called? Too Hot in the Kitchen or something like that. That reality show where uh like he's in the kitchen, that chef guy Ramsay or whatever. Like what is it? What is that show called? Master Chef. There you go. Thank you, Master Chef. I think that's I used to watch some of that like a little bit like way back then. And Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars is pretty good because Pawn Stars is just a show where uh they just like these people want to sell like this unique stuff to Rick and the guys at the pawn store. It's called like Pawn Stars, where this guy owns like a pawn shop with it. It's like him, his father, and his son. They run a pawn shop. I think his name is like Rick or something. Rick, he's like the main guy in Pawn Stars, and people bring things into his pawn shop to sell or to pawn or something, and they have like really unique items there. They have like pieces of art and pieces of history and pieces of like sports memorabilia and comic books. They try to like pawn it or sell it, and then so I think Pawn Stars is pretty good. It's not like Pawn Stars is kind of like I don't know. I think all that's scripted. I don't think it's like unscripted. I think some of that's like scripted or some of that's fake, but it's still entertaining. Pawn Stars. That's one of the shows that I would always watch on YouTube because like YouTube has like clips of that show all over the place. Favorite Trailer Park Boys character, Bubbles. Bubbles is my favorite. Like that guy with the glasses. He's uh he's one of my favorites. I think that whole show is pretty good. Trailer Park Boys is pretty good. I saw the movies and everything, and I think it's pretty good. Master Chef. Yep, I think that's what it's called. Yep. The show with the Ramsey, right? The guy who Ramsey, the chef. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Reality TV show is popular. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I would say it's popular, but I really like Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars is uh, one of the um, one of the shows that I like always watch on YouTube. It's called Pawn Stars, and you can watch. You don't even have to watch like the full episodes. They got clips of it on YouTube all over the place on YouTube. So I think that I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so Adam Salam is the only person here. We're almost at 20 minutes. I thought I announced this beforehand, But anyways, it's almost 20 minutes. I gotta get up early, so right now it's like 1:28 right to 1:28 a.m. right now. So I think yeah, I think we should just call it a night because I don't know. I was expecting more people, but Adam Salam, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so thank you for your questions or thank you for your comments, Adam Salam. I'm just gonna call it because I'm just gonna call it a night because I have to do some stuff. So yeah, thanks for your questions and your comments, Adam Salam. And tune in next time for an all new live stream with Answering Christians One. Do 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 do. Good night.